Welcome ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rasha and we are playing KSB 1.41. So today we're gonna take our ship home to Kerbin, all the way from Eve. We are currently orbiting around Eve at 207,000 meters. And I will actually want to raise this before we go home. I want to raise our altitude all the way to 400,000 because then we can get all the high in space science before we go home. So that is what we're gonna start to do in this episode, and after that we will go home. So let's start by that. We can see our, yes, as I said before, we are at 270,000 meters. So let's first put our maneuver at the highest point here, and then I want to raise our prograde so we can get our apogee even higher, a little bit faster maybe. So let's see here. So let's get it. We want that to be over 400,000. As I said before, we want that high in space science. So let's get it over here. So that is a good number there. We don't have an estimated burn because the game can't calculate that without doing a burn, which I really hate because it always throws you off a bit, because I want that estimated burn so I can do a careful burn here. I think we're just gonna burn around 100 delta V here, so let's make it a little bit easier for us so we have more leeway, so we are not going too fast, so we can get a good altitude there, so we don't have to do too many adjustments. I will actually strangle my engines with the help of thrust slimmers to 50%. Yeah, because that will throw us off less when we do our get our estimated burns too. So yeah, as you can see it jumping around here. I'm not sure which number I should trust. Okay, so that is 1 minute and 6 seconds. Because if you burn very fast, it's not. I think that is the correct one. It seems it's just 100 delta V. Yes, that looks correct. So we need to burn 33 seconds before the maneuver node and 33 seconds afterwards. Okay, cool. So we are closing into 420,000 meters. Let's get ready here. That was a little bit too much. So I can go retrograde a bit. Okay, cool, that's good enough. So let's make another maneuver. So there we go. That's close enough for me. So what I want to do now is just go around here and gather all the science. And then we will go home actually, so that's nice. So this is the last thing I need to do here. It's a little bit boring for me to do, but I will not show you guys. It's easy. I just go around. A trick I usually do is to put out a maneuver just behind myself. That way, when I'm time warping between the different biomes, I can see, so I have not gone 2-3 times around Eve here. So yeah, I will do that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was what I meant by going to 420,000 meters. Is that we are in space high over, otherwise you are just in space. So this is a different kind of science you can gather. Just by changing your altitude to get a higher orbit, you can get that extra science too while you are already here. As you can see, we get new situations here all the time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've spent a whole turn around Eve, gather all my science I can get around high space here. I put my I put my engines back to 100, so that was a good thing that I remember that. So what we want to do now is plot our course back to Kerbin. So let's first add a maneuver here. We'll use Windows Transfer Planner or Transfer Window Planner. Always numbers here. So we are set it to 420 there. Let's plot it again so it's correct. So we will be using 1193 to make our escape here. So, and it will take us, for getting to orbit, it would take 1023 delta V, so to orbit around Kerbin, which we will not do. We will just crash into the atmosphere. It's more fun that way. Okay, so copy details, so we can paste them over to, let's do that first. So there we go. We can see it's 1 year and 96 days before we make it. So let's make we use Kerbal alarm clock and set an alarm there, so I can just time warp and it will stop for me. So that's cool. Done that. Let's see how Transfer Window Planner has ended up with this. Let's see. Does it look like great? Let's first set as target. So let's see how does it look. It's quite close to Kerbin system, but I think we can get a little bit closer. Maybe just delaying pushing our maneuver a bit forward in time will make the deal. Yes, it seems like that. So let's watch at Kerbin and see if we can do some big adjustment. I will do a course adjustment as soon as I have escaped the Eve system here. So it's ending up here, we're coming under, just as we arrived at Eve. So if I notch down a bit here, that was completely off. This looks closer, let's see the numbers. Good. So there we can see it bended a bit, that is always a good news. So what we want to go, if we go normal, will we get closer? Let's go back a bit. If we go a little bit radial here, can get a little bit closer. It's not super important that we get close. We just want to have a clean right into the system, and then we can do adjustment as soon as we left Eve. But I can't help myself just trying to make it better here. So if I move my maneuver backwards a bit here, I will never get this execution so close. Not with such a long burn. We have a burn of 12 minutes and 49 seconds, which I don't believe is correct because it's based on my last number, and it will erase itself when I go to the tracking station. So yeah, this will be some guesswork. Yeah, let's not mess with this, and we will do a better adjustment as soon as we have left Eve. Otherwise I can spend all my time here. And it will just be small amounts of 0.1 delta V when we burn around 1000 delta V. Yeah, so it's stupid to spend too much time there. It will not end up well. Okay, so let's go to the tracking station. Okay, so I'm currently entering here a Kerbal alarm clock. I want it to be 6 hours before. I probably should put it just to just 1 hour, but I'm not really completely trusting everything here. So, cool. So let's see our trajectory here. So we are currently at Eve, and here we can see how it is gonna look. It will go all the way here. So let's speed up time. First, let's click here, put this here, and then we just spend time, speed this up. Okay, cool. So I think we need to go spin around the sun once more, and the next time we reach here, it will line up. So I'm wondering how it will line up here. It will be fairly close to Kerbin, I guess. Okay, we are getting there, so it looks like we will lag behind Kerbin here a bit. And then, yes, so if I would eyeball this will be fairly close to each other. So let's line up this up like this, so we can see what we are. Yeah, so we are there. We make a imaginary 90-degree slice here. We will, yes, we are about 30 degrees behind. Yeah, so that is how I did it before. I eyeballed it, and I think it's gonna make a big difference when you eyeball it, because I can be a couple of degrees off here. So it's really helpful with this software. Okay, cool. So let's go to our ship. So I am 5 hours out, 5 hours out on my maneuver node, so that is quite a while, because I think I can almost make, let's see here, that's 43 minutes, so let's first go here, 42 minutes, so that's 1 hour. Let's do it again. Okay, so we have 40 minutes out, that's really good. Let's go about here, because I want to have an estimated burn before we deal with this. I think it will be around, I'm guessing around 8-10 minutes, maybe 6. I'm not sure. We have lost some weight by going through the systems here, so we have a better thrust to weight ratio, so I can think here. So I have to do estimated burn. And I don't want to throw us up too much. Okay, so let's burn. It's just weird. Okay, let's do 1 second burn. Okay, that's 5 minutes and 2 seconds. That seems correct. But by doing my estimated burn estimations, I'm a little bit off here, so I have to be careful here so I'm not losing too much. So 2 minutes and 31 seconds. So let's go here. I always go half all the time, yes, because I want to have it perfectly. I want it to line up perfectly, so I don't mess something up here. Yeah, so that's just tedious work, because yes, as it happened to me, if I miss this one, I have to do everything over again. And yes, I'm playing without saving, otherwise it's not fun. You have to take this stuff seriously. Otherwise you will mess up, yes. Okay, 10 seconds until my burn here. So cool, I've just lined everything up, so let's go. And hopefully my estimated burn is not too much off, but it doesn't really super matter, but it makes a difference. Yeah, it looks good, it's looking down. So yeah, let's speed this up. In case you're wondering, you don't know, if you press Alt and the comma and punctuation, you can speed time warp, physical warp while burning like this. Okay, we have just 100 delta V now, so I want to scroll out. I want to slow my roll a bit and switch to Kerbin, or out here, so I can see what I'm doing here. We have a trajectory. Going a bit slower here. It will throw us off a bit, but I think we can hit it anyway. Okay, I think I overshoot it a bit, so let's go back to retrograde. Let's see. Maybe not. I think I want to go more prograde. Because we are not really touching that line, I think. Yes, we wanted to go more pro grade, so let's see the closest separation. Okay, cool. So let's just go one notch on the throttle here until we are inside the system. Slowly here. Okay, we have our approach. So let's focus. Okay, there is too much stuff, so let's just tab to it. Kerbin. Or I can press it like there. Okay, cool. So where are we? Let's see if we can make it better just by... We want just to get closer. That's cool. Very cool. Let's go to our ship. Make it even smaller. Let's put it at 1.5 then. I thought you could double click it and write it, yeah, because this is tedious to do with a mouse. Okay, cool, so both are at 1.1, so let's go to map mode, focus on Kerbin, and get closer. One notch of 1.5% thrust limit here, so we can really, yeah, it's a lot easier than setting up the maneuver actually. So let's get closer. So polar orbit, but yeah, it's starting to switch. I think that is a good one, and then we'll do some fine adjustments as soon as we have escaped Eve here. First, let's put our engines back in case I want them to use them at full throttle. So cool. So let's go back to our ship. So here we have our orbit, our escape is over here. So let's go to our escape. Can we even see Eve? Yes, it's over there, so we are currently time warping away from Eve and there. Okay. Let's go a little bit faster. Bye, Eve. Leaving you behind. I think that's the lady. Yeah, that's cool. So we have escaped now, so that's awesome. So what I want to do now is actually, yes, let's make that correction. Why? Because it's super cheap to do corrections here. So let's see. Let's find the invisible trajectory there. Let's put it a little bit. 11 minutes should be more than enough time for me to make a nicer Kerbin approach here. This is weird. Am I off? What does happen here? Something went really wrong somewhere. I'm not sure what has been happening here. Thought I had an approach. I was right inside Kerbin system. How is this? I'm not sure what has been happening here. Wonder if I can fix it. But this will cost me a lot to do such a big course adjustment here. I'm not sure. It was... Let's see. It was correct before, so I'm not sure what has been happening. I was just adjusting a curve. Let's just go pro grade. That's really, really weird. But it's not. It's not like I can't fix it. So fine. Okay, that was too much. So let's go back to retrograde. And so I have to do this twice. I'm not sure what happened. I didn't have our RSS online, so I'm not sure. That was really weird. It's not unfixable. So let's see, separation. If I go, let's just see what happens if I go pro grade here. And let's go slowly here. Okay, there I missed it. So let's go. I will do maneuver. I think I have to fix everything with maneuver, but I'm fairly close. Oh, that pissed me off. I'm not sure what I have done wrong here. But something went really wrong. Did I activate my engines without noticing it? I don't think so. So okay, there it went. So there. So let's see if I can watch it from here so I can see what I need to do. Go a bit normal maybe. Okay, let's go a bit normal. Okay. Oh, yeah, I've said this before, but it always pisses me off with this. Always have to click on this and re-click it every time I lose it. It drives me crazy. So let's see. Let's go. And then I have to re-click it. Okay, we are getting closer there. So, let's see here. Oh, sorry. I want to view Kerbin now. Where are you, Kerbin? Focus. So let's set this up here. I thought you had you, but you fooled me somewhere. I'm not sure how. Okay, so that's... Let's go a little bit more radial. Okay, I have 5 minutes to do this. It will take a little bit of time here. Doesn't seem to do a lot if I do. Okay, let's go. Looks we are going over it. Let's see if I can make it. I think we need a bigger adjustment of normal here. It's just moving in that direction, so that didn't help me. Can I move it? Okay, let's see. On up and down. Oh yeah, I need to mess about with it. Oh. And this is like kind of improvised corrections because I totally missed my target somewhere without... I'm not sure what I was controlling. Maybe it was controlling something else. Okay, let's set it to 0 again. I can work with this at least, so let's execute this one. But I want to do this half power, so we got a longer burn. So it's kind of cool. I have totally missed my target, so I have to improvise myself home too much. But I was kind of know what maneuver we needed to do as I set it up. So yeah, it was kind of like just lost a lot of delta V to fix this. So let's see. Let's go to our ship. I must admit, I'm very irritated at the game because I'm not sure what's happening, and it will probably be very apparent as soon as I see the video of myself on what I've done here. So let's see. Let's meet each other at this correction here. So I need to burn here at 31 seconds. I'm currently focused on Kerbin for this correction, so I can see it happening in real time here. So it's almost time. Stupid game, I hate you for the moment. So let's do this correction. Let's see if this works out as it's supposed to. I think I must have made an adjustment while I was burning. Maybe I was watching my second orbit, or yeah, sometimes if you miss something, you orbit into space again, and then you get back to it. Something like that must have been happening when I was setting this up. Okay, we are not yet. Okay, yeah, it's coming. Cool. Looks correct this time, but it looked very nice the last time either here, so I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay, cool, so that should put us up a bit easier for us to do another correction. I want to do it now, so... Okay, so let's focus on our ship. So we are finally hitting Kerbin right again. We are inside the Kerbin system. Everything looks fine. So what we want to do is an adjustment here. Just to get a second course adjustment here. So let's just do it and maneuver in 33 minutes. So I have time enough. And let's focus on Kerbin. So we can see what we are doing. I want to lower my power piece a little bit closer. So it will be a little bit easier here. I think I want to go a little bit normal. So we are... Yes. And then I want to go closer, closer, closer. So this is a super small adjustment of 12. Yeah, so this was supposed to be my adjustment, but I have to make my whole improvised save my ass maneuver. So let's see. We could go a bit normal like that. And then we will... And that's just a good one. I want to do an adjustment before we enter the system to get that thing, because now I'm not trusting the game to do what I want to do. So, okay, so let's first go to our ship again. We want even smaller amount of power here. Let's put it at 5% power, so it will be a safe burn to do. This trip was supposed to take me only 30-40 minutes, but I have to do all of this. Everything went wrong, but As long as you have some spare delta V, you can do stuff like I have done here. So yeah, always have spare delta V, because of this reason. Especially, I'm not using saves either. So I want to learn by my mistakes. So yeah, but it cost me. It could cost me very much. I could be sent to drift forever. And to trying to save a Kerbal in solar orbit, oh man, is probably super tough. Okay, so let's go to the map mode. We are currently focused on Kerbin. I forgot what I'm doing now. Yes, I'm confused now what I'm doing. Yes, I want to focus on our ship. Now I remember. Okay, so let's do a burst. So 1 minute and 29 seconds. That's a good burn for me. So let's meet each other for this course adjustment. Our time warp. This is what drives me crazy also in this game. Now I have this plug. Yeah, I can warp all the way to 3 minutes. Before the maneuver. That's awesome. Thank you, Kerbal alarm clock. It drives me crazy, all of this time warping. So we needed to burn at 45 seconds. So yeah, we are close to that. And finally, we probably can time warp all the way to Kerbin. Stupid game. I'm not happy with you for the moment. So let's burn this one. And then I will warp into the system. I will burn slowly here until we are at 46,000 meters. I will insert ourselves because we will be probably arriving right into Kerbin's atmosphere at 3,000 meters per second. So I want an aero brake happening here, so we can bleed off some speed. So we will take a couple of trips around Kerbin to bleed off speed so that nothing explodes. So that is my plan. But it seems like this day is bound to just give me problems. So yes, that's why I went for 46. I could insert myself around 45,000 meters and probably do it, but not today. It's not my day today, so yes, I will take it safely. Okay, so let's notch ourselves into a thing here. Hopefully nothing will change while I time warping into this system. 75,000. Okay, let's go one notch. Slowly here. So yeah, let's put in 46,000 meters should be enough to slow us down enough so we will be braking and will be in orbit again around Kerbin. So at least I'm hoping everything that will work. I can't afford any more mistakes. I could probably set up an orbit around Kerbin and just drop in, but now I just want to take Charlene home. I don't want her to die. She is a level 4 scientist also, so yeah. Okay, notching this up. It takes a little bit too long time, but let's notch down now. So let's... Okay, that was a little bit too much. So what are we pointing? We are currently pointing in normal. So if we go anti-normal, we will go the opposite. We are pointing at anti-normal. So we want to go normal to raise this number a bit. I see the number is wobbling around. I wonder if it is actually the forces from our reaction wheels that is causing these fluctuations of numbers. So let's see here. Probably need to adjust that. Cool, so we will be arriving there. Let's point our ship into the prograde. And then we will take our trip home to Kerbin. So let's walk here. 167 days. Let's see. We are flying through space. We have Kerbin, we are currently... There we go. We're getting closer. Yes, we are coming from below Kerbin, so yeah. This is the way we will be arriving here. 78 days. It's up there. For the days, we are getting closer. Okay, so there we go. Hello, Kerbin. Let's see what has happened when we was not watching. Okay, it didn't change this time. So cool. So we are set up for this. So what we want to do is, I don't want to mess about with. Now I'm so super paranoid. I don't want to eject my transfer part here yet. Otherwise, there is a risk that the ejection force will put us off. We can find out how much it makes the impact. So let's go here. So, and then we decouple that part here, and we want to, let's check these numbers. We can keep track of it here. Let's see if it changes. First, let's point ourselves to retrograde. Let's get our info here. So let's see if it changes for us here. Yes, as you can see, I dropped about 500 meters, but it's not a big deal because, yes, I want to be around for that. So let's see here. We can activate our monopropellant, so yeah, it makes a difference with staging, and there was a trailer that told me. That can explain why I have some really weird here. So if I point myself to the pro grade, activate my RCS things here, and I push myself forward a bit, I can adjust that number back to the, yeah, let's put us there. Let's deactivate this. Let's put ourselves in the retrograde again. Oh no! This doesn't look good. Is the disaster episode or whatever? Don't come close to me. Oh, God damn it. I think I have to try to avoid it. Think fast, Nesha. Oh no, think fast. Okay. We don't want to go close to it. Okay, that looks safe. That does look safe. But we was about to crash right into it here. Okay, cool. Okay, this is more fun than I thought it was gonna be. So that is for us at 46,000 meters. Let's time warp there. I want to get my things. So yeah, this would probably turn into 2 episodes because of all the errors I've made here. So let's put our light off. So we save all the things here. So let's get ready for an encounter. Just double checked everything is stocked and safe. Yes. So let's go inside the atmosphere. We are, as you can see, we are around 3,000 meters here. It will be a little bit too fast. Yes, we are going in here in an awful fast speed here. So let's see. Okay, cool. So we are traveling at 3,300 meters per second. So if I insert ourselves in 43,000 meters, we can also see our science tower is at lower orbit than us here. So yes. So let's speed this up. What we want to happen now is, yeah, that was our science tower. We want that to turn into orbit, so we get aero brake. I don't think it will be that. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried. This is very improvised aero braking, so hopefully Science Tower is having problem there. They are at a lower altitude. Okay, the camera flipped me around. Let's drive into the sunset. Yes, we have an aero brake here. Cool, so that's good enough. That was the only thing that worried me, but 46,000 meters was more than enough to do it. So we can see our current speed is around 3,100 here, which is very fast at 45,000 meters. So we can compare it. Let's see when we are exiting. We are at the lowest point. Let's see, our lowest point is 45,800 meters, so we are soon there. We're going out again, we're losing speed here, so we can see our speed is around 200. Yeah, let's see when we go up a bit here, but yeah. So yeah, it will go fine, I think. So you can see there, we are on our way out. So we have a speed of 2,800 now. So next time we come back, yes, it was 3,300 before. I'm just trying to compare this a bit, just for science, you know. Okay, so what we want to do, we are soon out. Okay, let's speed this up. It's gonna be a slow trip up. So we are at 70,000 meters, we are at 2,700, which is good. So let's activate our solar panels, so we don't want to land without SOS. I have done that. It's really hard. It's possible to do, but it's not fun at all to do to land without SOS. So that's why we got this bug too. Thank you, stupid game. Okay, so 68,000. So we lost about 500 meters per second by doing this aero brake. So this is a much safer speed for us. So that was worth it. Otherwise, I would believe that we will have some problems. Just checking, so it's in retrograde. Otherwise, we will have some problems with the stuff exploding, getting too hot. And you can see our ablator that we have used quite a much of from the air. So I wonder if this will be enough for us to stay in the atmosphere. We will find out. I don't think so. This will be our landing. Yeah, so that was one way to bleed off a lot of speed at least. Yes, cool. So it looks like we will be landing here in the sea. Okay, cool. So let's try out Dralo. I hope your system works. I think it will. So it will automatically, we're set up when we build the rocket, so everything will be working working on its own here. So it will stage all our parachutes at the different times. And we are landing in the sea, which is always a safe place to land. So there goes our first parachute, braking our speed a bit more. Then we'll have the other, they will deploy soon. So let's get ready here. Nice. Oh, I really liked this. It was really easy. I'm lighting my load a bit here, so we are going at 9 meters per second. So in my test, I was at 11 meters. So I will fire my brake separatrons before we hit the surface here. So I will fire them at 25 meters per second, 25 meters above surface here. So they will brake us a bit. So 9 meters a little bit too fast, but it's okay. So let's get ready. Safe landing. So cool. Charlie's face there, she looks really funny. Yeah, so that was awesome. It did work really well there. It was a very nice touchdown there. Cool, so let's recover our vessel. So let's check out, we got 2,433 science. So that is really cool. Some of that science will be converted as I set it up in the administration building to 30% of our science will turn into money. So that's really good. We managed to recover a lot of our funds from our parts because the science tower was designed in that way, so it's really good. It cost around 180, so that was really good. I got it here. So let's see what 8 XP. Charlene gained 8 XP, which is really good too. So yes, everything was really scary, and oh man, I made some mistakes. I wonder if I didn't have those monothrusters when I was in space, I wonder if I bumped into my own science, my transfer part here, and that would throw everything off if that happened. I'm not sure, but yeah, I felt that was safe here. What? That's not the end of the landing strip. I don't know what's going on here. Something is really weird with my game. These things are not supposed to happen. Okay, so that was everything for this episode, and as always, thank you for watching.